Welcome back to Talking Fitchburg, everybody. Joining me this morning is Adam Dorn for the Fitchburg Fire Department. Must be fire safety time.
It is. How'd you guess?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's the patch.
Yeah.
He's in. I don't know. They just hand me the piece of paper and say, go.
Talk.
Kidding. Adam, how you doing?
Great. Yourself?
Never better.
That's great.
Never.
Staying warm.
Staying warm. And one of the ways you could stay warm, Adam, is a fireplace. Wait, good setup.
Yes.
Just sad. Just really sad. So we're talking fireplace safety this morning, and it kind of comes with the season as usual. But these can lead to big fires if not properly maintained.
Exactly. It can be kind of a hot topic.
Ha.
So yeah, the reason that we kind of brought this one up today is that we recently went to a call in Fitchburg where we had a fire. And in investigating the fire, it was found out that the person or the couple in the home had a fire the night before in their fireplace. They had removed the ashes around noon. And when they removed the ashes, they poured water on them. And then they moved the ashes into their plastic garbage bin that was in the garage. They left the house. For some reason, they moved it outside. And when they were starting to get phone calls from all the neighbors saying, hey, your house is on fire, the garbage can was no more, unrecognizable. It actually started their car on fire, and some of the siding in the house started to melt. And it goes back to, how do we handle the ashes from the fireplace or the wood that was in the fireplace from the night before? What do we do? How do we clean it out? What's the safe way to go about it? So,
hit us up.
What do you think?
Well, my guess is I can't ever, you're never going to second guess anybody, but, certainly you definitely don't want to put, I think removing ashes has to be done probably not right away and with due time. You're probably going to want to use a metal container of some sort to store it. I can't imagine ever putting ashes inside of a garage or dwelling of any sort. And I can definitely see about watering down, though. I could see that happening, but I could see really like a standing water situation in a metal container, if anything. Right. But, hard to say. That'd be it. I don't actually own a fireplace, a wood-burning fireplace, got a gas one, so I've never had to actually deal with this.
Yeah. So, everything that you already talked about is really what we need to think about, right? It kind of comes to common sense. A lot of times, we have the fire in a fireplace, we go the next day and we go, oh, we need to clean it out because we want it to look good, whatever. Get it ready for the next time. If you need to do that, make sure you have a metal can that you can put the ashes in with a metal lid. And take that outside, move it away from the house. Once the ashes are in it, fill it with water, appropriately so that the ashes are cooled down. After that, you can spread them in your garden, whatever you want to do. Put them in the trash, however you want to handle it, but make sure they're cooled well first. That's a huge one. Ashes can retain heat for a long time, and a lot of people forget that. I forget that too once in a while. In my house, I have a fireplace, and I've gone in there 6 to 8 hours later thinking, we can do that, and I open the doors and I can feel the heat a little bit. Yet once I start moving it, I'm like, okay, I got to give it some more time to kind of cool down. So that's huge. You always want to make sure that, when you have a fireplace going, when you go to bed at night, make sure that the fire's completely out before you go to bed. When you go to start the fire in the fireplace, never close the damper, or I should say when you're done with it, never close the damper until all the embers have stopped burning, because otherwise you're going to have smoke building up in your house. Make sure you keep your kids and pets away from the fireplace. Never use any kind of an accelerant to start the fire, gas, any other kind of liquid. Other key thing, don't ever put a Christmas tree in your fireplace.
We did talk about that last time.
Yeah. Christmas trees go up extremely fast. They are almost like an accelerant, but when you get them started, they move that fast, and it's very hard to contain them. Just some other things is never burn garbage in your fireplace. Rolled newspapers, charcoal, or plastic. It's just not a good idea, because you can get your fireplace, the fuel in there so hot that it actually can warp and distort your fireplace, and now you're going to have cracks, and it could cause a structure fire because the embers can get up between the cracks and into the walls and stuff. So
yeah, I would say it's probably important to have your fireplaces checked, by a professional, whether it's, scheduled for routine cleaning of chimney, whatever the case may be. But it sounds like that's kind of the better way of, because you got to think after time, fire does warp whatever, is in its path, and you keep using something over and over again.
Right. The other big thing to remember is know what kind of wood you're burning. You never want to burn wet wood or soft wood.
Good old, you like smoke, everybody?
Right. The best wood is like oak. Any hardwoods are great to burn. But you don't want to use pine or other softer woods, because there's a lot of sap in pine, and it'll just build up the creosote in your chimney, and you could end up having a chimney fire. And that's what you said, it's very important to have your chimney swept by a professional chimney sweep. There are a lot of places out there. Look in the phone book, look on Google, wherever it is, right? But have someone come in and check your chimney to make sure that it's working properly, because the last thing we want you to have is some sort of an incident at your home because you failed to check your chimney earlier in the year. Absolutely.
Well, if you want more fire safety tips, there's certainly a plethora. I just love using Preston's, that's his word.
Copious amounts.
Copious amount, whatever. There's plenty of buildup.
Yes.
Of materials online for your, just waiting for the pause and the return there. Yeah. So, Adam, I appreciate the safety tips as always. Check out the website, call the fire department if you have any questions. You guys can answer questions or
absolutely
get some resources. So, All right, stay safe out there.
Thank you.
All right, we will take a quick break. We'll be right back. It is Talking Fitchburg.